Coach, you guys are 4-0 in the preseason. What would your assessment be of the team so far, and what do you think it's going to be like when the season actually gets started?
No, I mean, I think overall we're doing some good things. We're trying to do the things that you practice daily, and it takes time to get close to what your ceiling can be. But for us, I think starting training camp and this part of the season is really about learning how to just compete at a high level, and really be able to compete hard, play with some toughness, bring a certain mindset to the game, and then the rest of the stuff we'll kind of figure out as we go. But I think guys are competing and playing hard and putting the right effort out on the floor, and execution will take some time, but we're getting there.
Kyle with a double-double looks tough out there. I mean, are you looking at him as possibly a starter this season at the power forward position, which seems to be still wide open?
We'll see. Kyle does some really good things for our team, but it's about the balance of our roster and guys that we need starting, coming off the bench, etc. But I'm not going to overanalyze which guy starts and which guys don't. We're fortunate enough, I think, the way our roster's built, that whoever starts and whoever comes off the bench, they can play. And regardless of who starts at the power forward, we have a guy that's coming off that can also get it done. So we'll see. He's playing well, and there's no reason he shouldn't be considered to have any opportunity that presents itself.
Coach, what do you see from Arron tonight, his first night back?
Yeah, no, that's impressive. That's impressive, to not have basically played a game, since last season, and to have the injury and to work his way back, and he looked comfortable out there, confident, and he looked sure of what he wanted to do, and so it's not an easy thing to do. So I think it says a lot about his mental makeup, and so it was a good beginning for him, and we'll see how he feels tonight and whether or not we play him tomorrow, or if we start looking towards Thursday.
Coach, Derrick Williams had another strong scoring performance tonight. Are you seeing him doing anything that maybe makes this look more sustainable and kind of beyond just it's high preseason scoring numbers and that's it?
No, I mean, I think the things he's doing out there are what he's capable of doing, and that's taking good shots and good open shots when he's there. We don't want him to pass those up. He's using his athleticism on both ends of the floor, and he's being aggressive. And so, whether he scores 14 or 16 or 18 points every night, I don't think that's really what the focus is. I think the idea is that he continue to just be confident in who he is, and trust that he can go make plays, and that the way we play will allow for that. The way we play is not limiting or restricting in any way, and I think he's a good example of how, regardless of what style of game a guy has, he can still fit into what we do.
Derrick, does 4-0 say something about this team, or is it just does it matter to you that you're 4-0, or does it speak to something that you guys are doing well?
No, I mean, I think it's 50-50. It depends on what kind of story you want to write, basically. I mean, you can say it means something and these guys are doing great, or it's preseason, it doesn't mean anything. For me personally, I'm probably in the middle. I think the preseason is preparation for the season. That's basically what the PRE stands for, is preparing for the season. And so we have to prepare to win, and the guys are doing that. That doesn't automatically mean it's going to translate, when we open up in Milwaukee, but I think getting an idea that there's a certain way to play the game, and that leads to winning, I think that's good to kind of put, in guys' minds, and that everyone's doing it, so hopefully it does carry over.
Derrick, just looking out there tonight, I think off the bat, one of the first plays that Arron made was just having us back to the basket. Can you speak to the comfort level that you're going to have? It seems like even this year, a couple of wing players, Carmelo obviously, but obviously some other people too, they can play with their back to the basket, they can make passes from the post, and maybe seemed like at times you guys lacked that, especially with some of the injuries you guys had last season.
Yeah, no, we're definitely excited about having the versatility, in our lineup from the wing and up front. And post-ups aren't as popular of a scoring opportunity in terms of the efficiency or point possession or whatever, but we still view it as penetration. The ball is still closer to the basket than it is if you're standing out behind the line. And we believe we have some guys that are good enough to force teams to have to make a decision on how they want to defend us. And we have good enough guys that can shoot from the perimeter, and I think Arron's good enough, Carmelo's good enough. I think Derrick can develop a post game that'll make him good enough, and then obviously our traditional big guys. We want to get our penetration, by playing through the post, and we feel like we can do that throughout the season.
Will Carmelo play tomorrow, or will you give him a game off somewhere along the way, or do you want to keep him out there every time the rest of the preseason?
I'll talk to him about it tonight. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, and don't necessarily want to disappoint anybody in Charlotte that's coming out to see Carmelo play tomorrow. But he played, I think, 21 minutes tonight. We were planning for about 25, so I guess it's a possibility, but we'll see. We definitely have some guys targeted that we might rest tomorrow, but everybody stayed within the minutes that we wanted them to play, or less than tonight. So nothing is still up in the air right now.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thanks.